Okay.
All right, guys, what up? It's your boy Jason2325, and we're at Eat Sleep Hunt episode 9. I'm taking a gamble on that one. And we're going to start off
10,
by
Jason.
episode 10. Episode 10, the big 1-0. We're going to start off by asking Nick why he was in the hospital Tuesday night.
Well, when I was like, oh God, probably six or seven, I got bit by a tick and ended up being Lyme disease. And every now and again, it just flares up, which is pretty much normal because that'll happen in a lot of people. Everybody in my family basically has it, and I get it really bad when it flares up again. So they just say, come in, we want to watch it and make sure you keep the fluids in you and everything. So I was just in there overnight and all back now and be out hunting soon for last couple weeks of turkey here. So, but I am finally out and glad to be out. So,
Yeah, turkey season still. I wish it was turkey season.
yeah,
Uh,
we still got a couple weeks left here.
yeah, we only got about, I guess we got 2 weeks left.
Mm,
Yeah,
So,
that's let's see.
880 Shooter uploaded a video of a giant, like, gobbler in his front yard.
yeah, I saw that.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yep,
I'm trying to think. I haven't seen too many
I'd be
birds.
like that thing fucking hard. He's dead.
Yeah.
See,
So, what are you
problem
guys
is my
up
neighbor
to?
feeds him, so they go over to his yard, and I can't get him over to my yard because they know what's gonna happen to him, and that's the only problem with me. I just can't get him into my yard.
Neighborhood hunting. That's my life story
Yep.
right there. Skipping yard to yard, knowing which yard you can shoot and which one you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this my neighbor who just passed, is 94, and they're in her yard a lot. That's the field and everything else that I hunt. And they go into her yard before they go into his yard. So I go into her yard and wait in the trees and stuff, and just wait for them to come by. And when they come by, I just pop them.
Mm-hmm.
So good old neighborhood hunting.
Yeah, yeah. So my friend's chicken coop, I haven't uploaded the video. Kind of got raided by a coyote. It ripped the door off and killed one of its chickens. So I've started my hunting as a challenge, the third volume, and we're going ham this summer. We're gonna trap this coyote.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I got some pretty good footage. I got a whole thing set up, but I wish I had the picture on my computer to link y'all to it. The setup we've got now. So these animals, they're smart. We've got claw traps. I'm not a big trapper at all. Trapping's not too prevalent down here in the south as much as up north, but claw traps, little like one springs, two springs, and
yeah.
they step on it, close the claw, the trap closes on the claw. And so we've got those set up, and usually, like the animal will dig, or like dig it up, or eat all the meat around it. Like literally, we had ground pork, and we spread it everywhere around the traps last weekend, and a coyote like ate all the meat around the traps, and I don't even know how he didn't step on the traps with all that meat around it.
Yeah, those you gotta find. Those are hard to use anyways.
Yeah,
But yeah, 'cause I use them and during trapping season here, and they're hard to use unless you find a good
that's
a trail that they're always on. But
mm-hmm.
then you pretty much have to make a just a like a dam across the trail that they're using of traps just to make sure they get it,
Yeah.
because sometimes they'll step right over it, and sometimes you'll be lucky and they'll step right in it.
You
Well,
guys are overthinking this too much. Like, what you want to do is, you want to, first, number one's not going to hold a coyote. You're just going to,
it held a fox. It held a fox.
yeah, fox, like, they're smaller, and,
Mm-hmm.
like, they don't
But if you get a
pull, like,
50-pound dog in there, it's not going to hold it.
Okay.
yeah. So you want either a like, you can get them in number twos, but you
Mm-hmm.
want number threes is probably your best bet. And guys around here use number fours, but you want a number three. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna make it like a basic dirt hole set. Like, you can just YouTube it.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah. The big thing is, you got to make sure your trap doesn't smell like you. Like, don't handle it with bare hands, like all that kind of good stuff. Wear gloves and try not to leave that much like human scent around the area. And just do a basic dirt hole set. And at the end, Jason, when I get some of my bait made up here shortly, I'll get it to you for it, and you'll catch a coyote. You'll catch the coyote with it.
Well, I hear what you're saying with the scent, but we're in a neighborhood. I mean, these coyotes are in our backyards where I could spit on them from our room. So I mean,
You'd be surprised how much it matters.
really?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I got a neighbor who used to trap, and he's like, you're catching nothing unless you boil that thing in like oil, peanut oil, and then dip it in wax, and
You don't gotta go that far.
that's what he was doing. But
Have your walnuts dropped yet?
no, they're not even done.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Well,
just in bloom.
if you get a couple, like if you find a tree that's got them like already growing,
Yeah.
take them crushed walnuts. All right. Well, take the green, like the green
Mhm.
walnut,
Yeah, the husk.
and crush them up, and then that will be your dye, and boil that for till you get to like a nice steady boil, not like a rolling boil, but like a nice easy boil, and then put your trap in that. You don't need to worry about waxing them
Mhm.
because you're not wax. You only really need to wax whenever you're dealing with like snow and freezing conditions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like waxing really doesn't do that much. The boiling aspect is what takes your human scent off of the trap. So if you do that and just make sure you stake it good, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what we do is we take I got a like a dog chain that
yeah.
I call it my coon chain, and we hook the traps to that and wrap that around a tree and hook it so it's chained up to a tree. But we caught a fox one time off of that. My friend's having it mounted, and he caught it in the claw trap one time off of that, but that was after a whole summer of like setting that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the contraption we actually got set up now is we went and picked up a roadkill rabbit, big old 20-pound rabbit. I swear I didn't weigh it, but it was huge, and we got it strung up in the tree, just that jumping height for the yote or the dog, whether it be fox or coyote, and two traps underneath it. So if it pulling and jumping up underneath it, we're hoping. But my friend,
That's quite the
Just
rig
be
you got
careful
there,
you don't.
Jason.
Just be careful you don't catch a hawk or a bird of prey because you don't want to deal with that.
absolutely, yeah, I know.
Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
caught
that would be
frozen
an
sets.
absolute nightmare.
So
What we're doing this weekend is my friend. Where I was at his house, my other neighbor, he's got a turkey, like a whole turkey breast from Thanksgiving, but it expired, and I don't know. Don't ask me why he hadn't taken it out of his fridge yet. It expired back in the year 2000.
yeah,
So we're
Yeah,
stringing
it's only 12 years old. No biggie. It's probably still fine.
things older than my brother, so we're just gonna string that thing up too.
Yeah, that's got a reek. Oh my god. Once
Yeah,
that thing gets de-thawed, holy crap.
yeah,
it's gonna be a little freezer burnt.
yeah. But we're going all out. We're going ham on this coyote dude.
If I think about it and like I get a chance, I'll post a video. Like I'll make a video for you of
All right,
how you want to do it.
all right.
But like there's plenty of videos up
Yeah,
there.
I've seen Nick's on setting a dirt hole trap, and I've seen other videos. I mean, it's not going to be hard to find.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
but I'll get you that's my baits that I make, and I'll get them in the mail to you.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
So
Yep, yep, yep. So, you guys want to hear a story? We're down to two before I rejuvenate the list.
And what do you do you use let's see
Huh?
what?
sorry.
You there, Nick?
Ben, do you use dog-proof traps when you trap coon? Yeah, you guys there?
Yeah, we're there. Yeah, I do.
Do you?
I got the Duke dog proofs, and then they're called the Bandit Busters, and I have them like I set them up like the Bandit Busters. I set them up totally different. Like on my videos, like that you watch, I show how I set up the Bandit Busters. But
Yeah.
the Duke dog proofs, I have them. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. Those work pretty good for me anyways. But
I found if you take a styrofoam cup or a plastic cup
Yeah.
and you like when you put you set your trap, put your bait in, like you know how they got the stake in the bottom of it, and you
Yeah.
have it sitting there. If you take a plastic cup with the top cut out of it and you sit over top of the trap, the coons won't play with the triggers, and they'll end up like you know how I don't know if you've had any like missed sets
Oh
or like
yeah.
if you put that plastic cup over top of it, they won't play with the trigger or anything like that. They'll just stick their hand right down the cup instead of messing with it. That's another thing
Really.
I gotta make a video for. I got a whole list of things I gotta make videos for. I just gotta find
That's
the
a good
time.
idea. I'll have to use that next trapping season. But yeah, I like those coon cuffs. I mean, I've gotten raccoon, skunk, possum, mink, fisher cat. I mean, I've got pretty much anything that could stick their paw down in there. You know. So, what do you use for bait?
Beaver meat.
Beaver meat?
Yeah,
Well,
that
I
stuff
take
probably
I
smells.
take that back. Like for my predator sets, it's beaver meat. For my coons, I use bluegill oil. Is what I make bluegill oil,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's pretty much you go out and catch a bunch of bluegills and you make fish oil instead of using carp and stuff like that. I use bluegills, and I like using that better than anything else. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah. Usually when I go out ice fishing or whatever, if we get some early ice, I just take bluegills and sunfish that I'm not gonna eat, and I just put them through a meat grinder and grind it up till like burger meat, and I just take a spoonful or two of that in there, and I just put it in there, and I get something every time. I don't think I've ever set one without getting something in it.
yeah, the biggest thing
But
I found if you do the cotton ball at the bottom, and
right,
then if you do like a little pile of bait on top of the trigger, that the juices from the bait will seep down. So they'll keep working it because they'll keep getting taste of the food, and then they'll end up pulling that cotton ball up, and that cotton ball will set that trigger off. So
right, yeah, that's the same with the marshmallows.
yeah.
Yeah,
So sorry,
yeah,
Jason. I
they're
know you have no
You
idea what we're
you're
talking
good. I'm listening. I was texting. S- So two stories left before I add a bunch of stories to the list. The girl dies in dad's arm, or the hunting camp on fire.
well, to be honest with you, this is just my opinion. You guys doesn't really matter, but I would say do the girl dying in Dad's arms, because I swear to God, we've had that on since the first podcast.
Yeah, it's probably been on there for a while.
Yeah,
about. All right,
let's
just
just
do it.
get that one off the list.
All right,
You
so
guys agree?
Yeah.
dad had been with the sheriff's department for like 6 years to 6 years, 6 months, early back when he first started, and he get a call. It's kind of a sad story, a quick one. He get a call to a wreck on a bridge, and I don't remember all the things. This was back with no this I was a little kid when this happened. So he responded to the call, the scene, and there was a little like 98 Toyota Corolla or Camry or something like that, one of them small little Toyotas. And he said the front end was just smashed by a Ford Explorer.
Ooh,
And you could see the two people in the front. One was like I don't know if they were alive, but you could tell the other one was dead. And there was a little girl in the back who was I don't know. She had to be like 2, 3, 4, somewhere up in there, a toddler. And he got to her and got her out, and the seat belt, she was short, had cut her neck and cut into her jugular vein,
Ugh.
and she like bled out right there while he was holding her. So,
oh
and
my God, that's
I don't know,
awful.
I don't remember if the parents had died in the wreck or not.
Well, now that I'm all depressed,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a horrible story. It's pretty sad that she bled out right there.
I didn't know. I didn't realize when you said girl dies in dad's arms. I didn't realize it was your dad's arms.
Yeah, I mean, I call my dad. Don't know who else I
Oh,
call dad.
well, I thought maybe it was like the title of like a news headline or something. I
No.
didn't realize it was your dad that this
No,
happened.
it was my dad. The main asked question my dad ever gets from my friends is, "You ever shot anybody? And have you ever been shot as a police?" He's never shot anyone. He has been hit by a bullet, but never directly shot at that he's aware of. That he's aware of, I say.
Well,
Yeah,
how do you get
that's scary,
shot?
Jason.
Like I should say.
Okay, I've been hit by bullets before, but
Yeah.
mainly all ricochets. I've been hit by ricochets 22. They just leave a little blood blister or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad's been hit by a ricochet 40 at the range, and luckily had his Kevlar vest on, he probably would have died. And I don't know if you guys have seen Kevlar vests or worn,
Oh yeah.
but a lot of the ones, especially the ones the PD uses for their street units, if you put your hand right on your genitals and then move it over right where your leg meets your body, there's an artery that runs right on the inside of your body.
Yeah, I
And
can't think of what it's called.
it's your aorta or your hold up, your femoral,
Femoral artery. That's what it is.
not femoral. It's like, hold up, guys. This is gonna drive me.
Femoral. Femoral. My girlfriend's saying it's femoral artery or something.
Okay, well, it's one of those. I was gonna get Google to
Yeah.
do it, but well, and right about 3.5 inches, it hangs down so it covers like the top of that artery where it's not behind your femur, but femoral. Who cares? But so luckily the Kevlar vests have those hanging down right there. Well, the bullet at the target range when they have to go like once a month to
train or whatever.
yeah, to certify with their weapons.
Yep.
They're at the shooting range. You've got the targets that move the targets back and forth to you. It's got the metal edging to hold the targets. The bars.
Yep.
Someone had ricocheted off of that, and it came back and hit him right in that piece of Kevlar.
Oof.
He's had that happen several times, not in the exact same place, but on the chest. Apparently, it's quite frequent at the shooting range. But
Jesus.
I don't think I want to go to their shooting range.
yeah, that's Cherokee County Sheriff's Office range, guys.
Yeah. Time
What?
for.
One-way
Some-
ticket to the hospital.
Oh my God. Time for new targets or
Yeah.
new range
Left
set
them.
up or something.
Giant black bruise. He said it felt like someone had hit him with a sledgehammer.
Oof.
All right, so I got a
Jeez, I
story
bet.
I got to tell you guys. Where I used to go to school, like where I transferred from, it's called a school called like Potomac State University.
Mm-hmm.
When I went there, at the bottom of the hill, like the campus sat up like on a hill, and there was a hospital down at the bottom of the hill. Well, this place we called it Death Valley because if you went in there with any sort of serious injury, you weren't gonna most likely make it out. Like they were either A, gonna life flight you, or B, you were gonna die.
Yeah.
Well, they just turned it into dorms. Like the school bought it and turned it into dorms. I don't know about you guys, but I can tell you, I definitely wouldn't feel comfortable staying in a dorm room that used to be a hospital. Like I just feel like that's
yeah,
just gonna creep the
absolutely.
fuck out.
Absolutely.
No thanks.
Yeah. Haunted.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Like an old asylum or something.
It just seems like there's gonna be. I guess you could say like I believe in ghosts.
Yeah, it'd be haunted. I hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. You know those doctors who work in like insane asylums.
yeah,
Yeah.
Could you imagine doing that? I couldn't.
Oh my God.
Okay, here's how I picture an asylum. From like a music video, and the name and the movie or the name of the song is Asylum. It's like this old. It's like the walls are kind of a very faint brown greenish. It's like dark. You get like ghostly, like pale white little girls in there with like black hair and bloody teeth and stuff. Ugh.
I picture Sam with like if I think of like an abandoned asylum, I picture like the one from Accepted, like the one that they like rent out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I picture.
Have you guys seen that? I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
Have you guys seen that movie? It's like where the guy sees like the ghost in the mirror every time he looks in the mirror or something. He ends up divorcing his family or his wife ends up divorcing him because of it, and then like at the end of the movie, he's on the other side of the mirror.
No
Oh,
idea.
you know what? I've swear to God, I've seen
Okay,
it or heard of it before.
what's another movie? How about you guys seen The Devil Inside Me, the recent one?
No.
Oh, darn it, because those have like perfect asylums we could all relate to.
What I quit going to the movie theater.
Yeah, I don't go often.
Yeah,
Like
neither do I.
Be frank.
out or are they still in theaters?
The, I don't know if The Devil Inside Me is out on DVD yet. The one the first one I was talking about was. Yeah.
What?
I don't go to the movie theaters often either.
I can't see dropping $20
Absolutely.
to go see a movie one time whenever it comes out, I'll be able to watch it for $20 as many times as I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus the snacks now. Oh my God, you go in there, you get a soda, popcorn, and I don't know, a bag of M&Ms or something, and that's $20 alone.
I
Yeah.
always sneak stuff in. Whenever I did go, I always snuck stuff
Oh,
in.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, you know, if I'm gonna go to the movies, I'm gonna go and do it as cheap as I
We used
possibly
to
can.
stop up when I was a little kid up at QT before my mom would take us to the movies. Fill up there. Mom would jam it all in her purse. Did you ever sneak beer in, Nick? Or not Nick, Ben?
Beer, no. Liquor,
No.
yes.
Liquor. There we go into the movie theater.
Like
Oh God.
it was like whenever that was just something like we did in high school. Like
I haven't done that one yet.
I don't know why we did it, but it was just something we did.
Go get drunk in the movie theater.
But see, the thing, we never took enough to get us drunk, though.
Just a little small Jack bottle.
Pretty much, it was whatever we took as much as we could without our parents noticing.
Oh, from the parents. You don't got someone to buy it for you.
Oh
Ooh.
no, we whenever I was younger, parents if parents bought you liquor or like bought you beer at a party and you stayed there, you didn't have to worry about going to jail for it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Nowadays, it's like if like the parents that bought us stuff in the past, they would be in prison right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just think I know you're from Georgia, Jason, but I don't know what's the deal with Louisiana. Like I'm pretty sure like if your parents consent that you're allowed to drink, you're allowed to drink in
Yeah,
Louisiana.
it varies state to state.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't know if Georgia was like that.
No, Georgia's not like that. I don't know if Dad can. I want. Dad might be able to give me a bottle of rum and me be on my property and me being him being my parental guardian. But if my friend is over, he can't. But I could be wrong on that law.
See, how I understand Louisiana was as long as the parent like they have written consent from the parents that it's okay to drink, then they can legally drink like at a parent like under parental supervision.
Yeah.
And I don't know like how true that is or what.
I can
But
tell you guys one thing. You can't do any of that in mass.
oh, I bet you if you even looked at alcohol the wrong way, they'd try to arrest you there.
Oh God. I got a story I'll tell later on here in a little bit, but you can't do crap in mass. Oh my God. The only way, which I get, but if somebody is, which this doesn't really make sense because mass is such a crappy state anyways, you can't do anything in it. But if you're threatened for your life and somebody's running towards you with a knife or a gun or a dangerous weapon or whatever, and you just happen to have another gun or a knife or whatever, you can go and defend yourself and shoot the other person if they're running towards you. But if they're running away from you, you can't touch them.
Oh,
That's how it is in PA.
so if they stab me and run away, I can't shoot them?
Right.
Yeah,
If
that's
they
what
have
I'm.
their back turned to you, you cannot pursue them.
I'm sorry,
Like-
I'd be taking out loans for attorney fees to fight that one.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
like, if
I'm
somebody
sure there's a way
stabs
to
me,
fight
turns
you.
around and runs away, or somebody shoots me in the arm or the leg or whatever, and I don't die.
Here's the rules in Georgia. If you're on fear for your life, or if you are fear for your life or bodily injury, or if you are trying to defend someone else.
Yeah, you
So
know what? I'm not.
yeah.
like we got this. I'll tell the story now. I might as well, anyways, because tying right into this. So we got this punk kid who probably just graduated, just got his driver's license. He has this piece of crap.
Wait, you got to
Chevy.
be 18 to get your driver's license up there?
Yeah,
Holy cow.
yeah. You can get your permit at 16, but
That's
So
horrible.
you can't drive without a parent until you're 18.
yeah, I believe that's it.
Good Lord. You know, in
Wow, that
North
sucks.
Dakota at
Yeah,
14 you can
it's
have your license?
Really?
Yeah, North Dakota at 14 you can have your license.
Are you kidding me?
14. Dude,
14.
my neighbor is
So in
14
6 months I could get it.
14 year permit, 15 year license.
So in 6 months I could get my permit. That is
Yes.
a beast. Oh my god.
Having your permit isn't all that great. You just listen
No.
to mom and dad cry at you.
But still, you can still drive.
It's
You
still have
not
to
all
listen to
it's
mom and
cracked
dad,
up
you
to
can
be.
still-
Yeah. Mm,
So.
So, anyways, we got this kid. He drives a black Chevy, and it's a piece of crap. I mean, the thing is loud as can be. The thing could probably fit inside the bed of my dad's truck.
Straight pipes.
And oh my god, just so loud. You know, he drives up and down the street night after night from 2 to 3 a.m. You know, on a daily basis too. So I was down to do some work at my neighbor's house a couple days ago, and cut the lawn. So I was going to pick up all the grass that was in piles around there. So I got the trailer on my quad, and I got an orange safety sticker on it, so I don't get pulled over for the fourth time or the fifth time, whatever it would be. And so I hear this guy coming down the street. I'm like, oh god, here we go. Somebody's gonna get hurt here. I mean, this kid flies down the street. Our speed limit's 25 miles an hour. He probably does 50 or 60 down our road. I mean, it's not a straight street either. It's
Mm-hmm.
curves, bends, and everything. So he wails on the horn. I mean, he's probably just laying on the thing, and he tries to run me off the road. Now I'm on my quad. I'm on the side of the road. I'm going down to my neighbor's house, minding my own business. Didn't do anything to this kid. He's trying to run me off the road. So I'm like, all right, this is crap. This is BS. I'm not putting up with this. So I pull into my neighbor's yard, and he turns around down the street and comes back up to and parks in front of my neighbor's house. He's yelling through his window. He's like, I swear to God, if I catch you driving down this road one more time, kid, I will run you over. And he tools off up the road, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, wait a second. You're yelling at me because I'm going down to do a job. Okay. So this kid, now he's throwing M80s, water bottles, beer bottles, anything he has in his truck out his window, into our front lawn, you know, anything he can throw into our yard just to tick us off. So the other day I was mowing my neighbor's lawn again. And, I was mowing it out by the street, and I see him coming, so I just turn the mower off and get up and walk away because I don't, who knows, he'd throw an M80 at me or a beer bottle or whatever. And, he's yelling, screaming, swearing at me, flipping me off, honking. And so I'm telling my dad, and then he's like, oh, yeah, well, guess what? He was cleaning out his truck. He's like, yeah, that same kid in the black Chevy, red interior. I'm like, yeah, that's him. He's like, he just came by and threw water bottles and a bunch of trash into our yard. He's like, next time I see that kid, he is going to be in a world of trouble. My dad's like, I am going to tie that kid in a knot, and I'm just going to run him over. I mean, but he drives his truck up and down the street at 3 a.m., yelling, screaming, swearing, honking the horn, being the piece of crap that he is.
Why don't you
Alright.
guys just get pictures of it and call the cops?
No.
Oh, don't worry. I get his license plate number. He's done.
Here's what you need
I've
to
done it
do.
before. I've gotten other people's license plate numbers and they're done.
Here's what you need to do. You need to put rubbing alcohol in his fuel tank one
Oh,
day
jeez.
when his car's parked, like at night. He's
Yeah.
like passed out in the house. Rubbing alcohol in the fuel tank. So he burns his motor out. End of story, no more truck.
He had no more truck. Then he buys a piece of crap car. I just want to hide tack strips, like at the end of his driveway, and then
If you're gonna go all the way up there, just reach over there with a pocket knife and poke his tire.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
you start doing that though, and you're going to start getting yourself into more trouble.
But you see, that's what makes for good stories on the podcast.
Well, I
I'm just waiting
understand
till he
that, but
throws
how's
like
gonna
half
Nick?
stick of
How's Nick gonna
dynamite into
tell
my
us
yard.
that?
Then I'll be
Yeah,
waiting on my.
I was just
I
kidding.
can't wait till he throws a couple M80s or, a couple anything that could hurt us. I can't wait till he throws something on our front lawn and pulls in and watches it go off because I'll be waiting out. I'll be hanging out my bedroom window with my 12 gauge. Be like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Kid is. I mean, he's done it to my neighbor's house. He's taken just hundreds of rolls of toilet paper and just hucked it all over this tree that my neighbor has. I mean, the tree's like 200 feet tall, so how are you going to get that down? Right? So, I mean, he called the police for that, and then he ended up having to pay to get it off.
Yep.
And,
Teenagers.
he spray painted one of my neighbor's daughter's cars.
Teenagers these days.
Goddamn kids!
You
You can't even say that. You're a damn
I
kid.
know, I know. I was about to say I'm a kid, but I'm not that bad.
My dad, like, he took steps one. I mean, I'm 13. Yeah, I get into trouble. I do stupid stuff, but I'm not doing that,
That would
We live
last.
right on a corner.
That would
and
last
there's this
about.
telephone pole right at the corner. I can't wait till he's going 75 down the street in the middle of the winter, hits the telephone pole, and wipes out. I'm going to go down there, and I'm going to stand over him and laugh and walk away.
That would last about one time in our neighborhood before there were bullet holes put in him or.
Yeah, but see, your dad's a cop. He can do that.
Oh, trust me, it wouldn't be my dad to do it. It'd be Joe or something. My dad or Joe or it'd be more than one guy shooting. I mean, you roll by and throw a beer bottle right there in front of my dad or Joe. There's gonna be an ass whooping going on.
He's next time I go to mow my neighbor's lawn. He like stalks me. Like every time I mow my neighbor's lawn, he goes by and starts trouble.
He
I'm
likes
just
you.
gonna, huh?
He likes you. He's
Tell
flirting
him
with you.
tell him to take a
Yeah,
picture
clearly.
of
I'm
you.
like, dude, I'm not gay.
Tell him to take a picture of you, moon him, and then he is in possession of child pornography. That is a felony.
Oh God. I know the things I could. Oh my God, I'm sick of this kid.
That sounds like fun to me.
I mean, it is neighborhood drama right now.
Although
'Cause we got this kid and we got this other kid in this old, wicked old, like probably 200-year-old Cadillac, right? Driving up and down the street with his friends, hanging out on the door, just sitting on the door.
You just need to stand there with a baseball bat.
I know.
So when they're hanging out the door, it's just like pop,
Stick
and
it
then
out at
run,
him and just like
run,
smash right
run
into him,
really
50 miles
fast
an
because
hour.
they're a lot older than you.
But there's a lot of trees overhanging our street, and I can't wait till that he's sitting on the door or one of his buddies is sitting on the door, and he's drunk and he hits the telephone pole or the tree or whatever.
Oh, if my buddy was hanging out my truck yelling, I would so swerve into a branch.
Yeah, just to do it, just to teach him a lesson. Like, I gotta do something though with this kid. This
guys
kid
are horrible.
No, Nick, I don't think you should do anything. He's 18, you're what, 13?
Yeah, but I can guarantee it. He doesn't have a 12 gauge sitting in his bedroom next to his
Yeah,
bed.
but he catches you mowing your neighbor's lawn. You're 100 yards away from your house.
No, my neighbor's lawn is about 25 yards away. I could probably jump to her lawn. But
I'm just saying, if he gets a hold of you, it ain't gonna be pretty.
oh, I know.
Yeah,
I just
you'll be
can't
in the hospital for something more than fluids.
Speaking of the hospital, my cousin just sent someone to the hospital today. So my cousin knocked his girlfriend up at 16. I know. He's a success. He's a success. He's like 19 now, right? And it's not just any girl. It's not like, oh, yeah, this girl is decent. This girl's white trash. Her family's all on some type of drug. She get kicked out of high school and, white trash. Hick. But, so my cousin got caught up in this situation. But today they had been broken up for a good 5 months now after dating for about like 4 years and having a kid. And today her stepdad said something and my cousin's a big boy. Like I mean, he may be like only 19, 20, 18, 19 somewhere up in there. But I mean, he's got to be 350 pounds and he is a big boy. So her stepdad said something to him and he said, "Hey, they had been going at it. And he said, if you're not nice to me and if you're mean to me and you're mean to my kid, I'm going to take my kid away." And the guy spit on him. And
Ooh.
this is all I've heard. So my cousin just went like ape shit on him, and all I heard was last time that guy was in the emergency room, and that's the last update I get on that story.
I swear to God, the one thing that will make me kill a person, and I will not stop, I don't care how big they are, is if they spit on me.
Yeah, that's absolutely gross. That's disgusting. That is
That's so
horrible.
gross.
If somebody spits on me,
It's just
they're gonna
fucking
have a
spit.
problem.
What do you mean it's spit, dude? It is spit. That is disgusting. That is
Dude,
a
you
that
guys
is a
got
one
temper
way
problems.
that is a one-way ticket to something going down. Either
That's
I
one
try
way
to
ticket to
fight,
the ER.
yeah.
I
As
ain't gonna kill a person because he spit on me.
I mean, no,
No, if
I'm not gonna pull my 45 out and blast his brains out, but I'm gonna pull my 45
No.
out and beat him with the end of it.
oh God, you two are funny tonight.
But
You
yeah,
don't. Nobody spits on me.
so but what I
Well,
found
that's good.
interesting about I've never been spit on. I've never been spit on.
Oh my God, my sister did it the other day in the trampoline. We were playing it was soccer or something, and it was
You
just
whip her
stupid.
ass? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
I could
I'm
see
dying
Nick
over
just
here.
wearing out his sister in the yard.
Well, she's like, all right, Nick, let's go. Let's play soccer in the trampoline. I'm like, all right. I don't really want to. I was doing something else. I forget what I was. I was sighting in my gun. I'm like, all right, fine. So we get in the trampoline, and I'm winning like 20-1, right? And she's like, you know what? You're a jerk. You're a loser. You know, I hate you. You don't play right. I'm like, how am I cheating? I'm like, I'm just playing. She's like, you're just awful, and she spits in my face.
That's what
And,
he did.
and then so she's getting out of the trampoline. So I jump on top of her and tackle her, and she's like, well, I guess I won't be spitting on you anymore. I'm like, thank you. Anyway. Oh my God. But she's been doing it lately, and like, I'm like, no, it's not happening anymore, Brianna.
Speaking of spitting, me and my neighbor do a fire every like Saturday night till like 5 o'clock in the morning, and his brother came down there, and his brother's just agitating. I don't know if he has no friends and he brings it upon himself by the way he acts. But he was like, Caden, leave, get out of here. You're not hanging out with us. And Caden's like, okay, bye, Jason, and turned around. Bye, Jake. Spits a loogie right in his face. So Jake
Ooh.
like chased him up to the house, and he locked him out of the house. And this was like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he came back down to the house. I'm like, dude, if I was you, all next week for school, I would leave him at school for early release for finals. This is our last week. I would leave him at school so he had to stay all day for the buses. And then his dad was leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning, so his dad has to leave the house and unlock a door. So he leaves the door unlocked, and his brother was gonna sneak in there and pee on him. And I was like, okay, I'm recording this crap. Well, we changed our mind. He's got a desk in his room, and I'll show you guys the video someday. I put it on YouTube or something. And he gets up on this desk while his brother's dead asleep, and he jumps from this desk across the room and just grabs his leg and just drops his knee right into his brother's hip. And his brother's like dead, dying in his
Ooh.
sleep. He's like crying. And he's like, that's what you get for spitting on me.
Ooh,
It was so great.
that's funny. Oh my God.
See, what you guys need to do
Yeah,
is you need to get your hands on a roll of aluminum foil, like giant rolls of aluminum foil, or saran wrap. And you need to totally saran wrap like your sibling's room or your parents' room or something. I'm saying like every pencil, every quarter, everything, like the bed, completely do it, and just watch their reaction. We did it to my boss at work, and it's just priceless.
Oh my God. I was watching this show. I don't
I'd
know
be
if
kind
you've
of
heard of it.
ticked.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
You
Have you
are
ever
at
heard of
first, but
Lizard Lick Towing?
Lizard like
repossessed-
towing?
Lizard Lick Towing. It's out of Louisiana. They're a repossession company.
No.
They got a TV show. And this guy was coming back, giving him a hard time trying to get his car. It's actually a really funny show. And so this one guy, Bobby's in the shop talking to the guy, screaming, yelling at him. And this other guy walks out, gets a huge thing of saran wrap. Saran wraps, his entire car, right? But before that, he put glitter
Might cut.
in the air conditioning,
Okay.
right? And he put water on heat, and then he did some other thing. I forget what it was. And so he gets in, he peels all the saran wrap off, sits down, soaking wet now, turns on the AC,
Glitter.
and he put like glue on the AC too. So all the glitter and glue came out at him. Oh my god, it was priceless.
My uncle had his Jeep Wrangler filled
Like, I
to
wish
the
I could
rim.
do that to somebody. It
They
was just so funny.
they brought this like machine. You know what styrofoam popcorn is for packaging?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they brought this machine that had like a big old tank on the back filled with that stuff and like unzipped the window on his Jeep and stuck a tube in and just pumped his Jeep like all the way full and zipped the window back up full of those things. So when he
Oh
opened
my god.
it was just like full. No, but next year's
Oh
the
my
first year
God.
we have seniors in our high school, and I don't think we'll have a senior prank. Not one that's serious, because of today's laws, people getting charged.
Oh yeah, it's the thing of
Yeah.
it is, it's like people take it too far.
Fun anymore.
That's how, like, in my high school, it was people just started. They would take it and they would start being destructive with it.
Yeah.
It's one thing to go
Right.
and like let animals go in the school, but it's another thing. Like they were starting to like they were putting stuff in the pool, you know.
You had a pool in your high school.
Yeah,
Wow.
you
God.
guys don't have a pool.
No.
No, are you kidding me? We can't even. Okay, so we can't afford paper. But
Well, we can't afford paper
We-
either. You seriously don't have like a pool for like your swim team.
No. Our swim team goes to Gold's Gym. Nick's still
Really?
trying to talk, too.
Any sense, Steve?
Told you. Guys, ignore Nick. He is no longer a member of the podcast.
Did he hang up?
Nick?
Yeah,
Nick? Did you hear that?
you're fired.
Yeah, I'm still there. I was with you guys the whole time. Don't worry. I
Okay.
wasn't talking.
Oh, you weren't, so you heard me. He's trying to play it off cool.
God.
He's trying. It ain't working though.
I heard him say, "Oh God."
I seriously heard you guys. I was listening to you guys the whole time.
It sounded like you
He's
were
so
breaking
scared
up.
now. He's so scared that like we're like being serious.
Nick,
You
we
can
were
hear it
just
in his
playing.
voice.
Jason, I know. Trust me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, swim team at my school. Yeah, right.
So
You
we'll
can't
go
even
ahead and
afford
kill this.
flipping paper.
We'll kill this last story so I can come up with a whole new list. Hunting camp on fire. My neighbor, who's an absolute redneck, used to play football with armadillos back in high school. But yeah, they catch armadillos and make them roll up into a ball and use them as football. But
What?
we're down at his hunting camp, his little cabin he's built down there out of plywood, and just
Oh, Jesus.
stuff he used to manage job sites, stuff he has stolen from like his work and brought like plywood and toilets down there and whatnot, and jerry rigged all this stuff up down there. So it's all made out of plywood. It's like solid wood cabin. So there we have a fire pit like underneath the roof, kind of porch roof. Like the porch isn't really a porch, it's just a roof hanging off the cabin, and there's the ground. And he told his kid to kick the fire out, and his kid kicked the fire out. And we went down, I don't know, about a mile off down the road, down to some bottoms where a creek was and was hanging out. And we smelt some smoke and on the way back out the window, and we came back and like everything, like it was crawling up the pine trees, and this is out in the middle of nowhere. Like you hear nothing at night, like no cell service, no nothing. It's crawling up the cabin, it's crawling up the trees, and this is Georgia in the summer. We are drier than the Sahara Desert. I mean, you flick a match, this stuff is going up. Pine straw, everything. I thought we were dead. I thought this cabin was just going to explode. But I mean, I don't know how, but by God's mercy, we kicked it all out.
How much did you lose?
Nothing. I mean, the back of
God.
the cabin right now is still charred black, but nothing burnt down.
Well, you guys are gonna lucky there.
Yes. Yes.
Guy
You
probably
need to
won't
quit
fix
playing
it
with
either.
fire, Jason. That seems to
Yeah.
be an issue with you.
This
Jesus, every
pyro-
story is fire, 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 burning, burning, burning.
pyro, man.
Yeah, it
I
runs in my family too.
I love. Do you guys make napalm? You've ever made napalm?
No.
You take a soda can.
Yeah.
You made it. You know what I'm talking about. And put the styrofoam
Oh
in
yeah.
and pour the gas on it and mix it up and you got
Oh
napalm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
all that good stuff that gets on everything and sticks to it.
yes.
Just blows up in flames. Yeah, I've done that.
Yes. That stuff is awesome.
Oh god, yeah.
I want
Yeah,
white
M80s.
phosphorus is what I want. You know what that stuff is?
What is it?
White phosphorus?
No.
That's the stuff like the military uses. Like if it gets on you, you don't
What?
put it out. You've got to cut a chunk of meat out that it's on.
That probably illegal.
Oh yeah, like you need that, Jason.
Oh my god, I want some of
Yeah.
that.
That stuff will start a fire instantly.
Yeah, the amount of venison I can roast with that, yeah, sign me up.
Mm. Man, I cooked some venison today. It was okay.
Did
Yeah, I did.
I had
Hey, Ben, you quit
not much. I
smoking?
had steak
No.
and
Ah, you
ribs for
didn't
dinner.
keep your word.
Well, listen. I have the first day that I said that I was going to quit smoking. All right. We got halfway up the road, and then my truck died. Like it was like in the middle of like I
Oh.
didn't have I was so close to like finishing the day, and then my truck died. So then I got too upset, and then I had to have a cigarette.
But you had a cigarette on you?
No, Nicole went and my buddy came and picked up Nicole, my girlfriend,
Yeah.
and then she went and picked me up a pack of cigarettes while I was stuck on the side of the road for 3 hours.
No, the girl can't. Does the girl smoke?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ah, you guys.
So, but anyways, let me continue on with the
You
story.
guys quitting
So
together?
the next day, we were like, okay, well, after this pack of cigarettes is gone, we'll be done. We got down to the last 2 cigarettes that we had in the pack, and we were like, okay, we're gonna be done. We're done. You know. Truck broke down again. Now, anytime before we got getting the truck fixed, anytime we were in the truck and we did not have a pack of cigarettes on us, my truck would stall or die on us.
So here's what I'm seeing. The common factor in you starting to smoke is your truck.
Yes.
I'm thinking you need a rice burner.
I ain't getting a stupid. Honestly, I can't say I'm proud of this, but I've been smoking since the day I got my driver's license.
The Dodge Neon.
Yep. How'd you know I had a Dodge Neon?
And I'm good at paying attention to detail.
Really? That's a little creepy, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I've only mentioned it one time.
Same thing.
No, you've said it
Jeez.
before, or I wouldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hey, I'm coming up to Pennsylvania sometime this summer to work. I don't know where, but I'm coming.
Well, let me know.
I'm not driving. I'm not driving a truck that gets 7.5 miles to the gallon up there. I'm riding.
Well, I got 2 job interviews tomorrow.
Awesome.
So, and then I got I have the job that I had been doing my internship with.
My dad's truck, when he's towing
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm trying to get a job that I'll stay in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so
Don't want to leave the Steel City.
nope.
The Iron Curtain defense.
Steel curtain.
That Steel Curtain. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep. That was one of the answers on my test. Like, what was the
what do you do now?
Iron Curtain? Because every time my teacher brought that up this year, I was like, oh yeah, that's the Pittsburgh's defense. So on our final exam today, it was like, what was the Iron Curtain? The Pittsburgh Steelers defense, the wall in Berlin during the 70s or whatever.
I'd have put Pittsburgh.
I almost did, but I don't think I could miss any problems on that one.
Yeah.
World history.
I never took finals seriously.
Neither do I. I keep good grades and I keep my grades up all year long. So if I make like an absolute horrible grade on my final, like I'll still pass. I'll
It doesn't
still do
matter.
okay.
No, see, I never worried about it.
Yeah.
I
No.
never tried.
I keep my grades up. I'm a semi.
Yeah.
Like my
acceptable
girlfriend
student.
always says, like if I would just apply myself and like try, that I'd be a genius. It's the fact that I don't even try and that I still get by like with like making honor roll, that it can like that if I would just apply myself, that I could do great things. Like I could be the next Albert Einstein or some shit. I don't know.
Oh,
I do math when I drive. Do you do math when you drive?
no, I daydream. I daydream bad too. Like I won't be paying attention at all.
I do math. Like I try to figure out like how
This
many miles to the gallon I'm going, or how many seconds it's going to take for me to get to where I need to go. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know why I do it. I just do it.
Well, I made a 64 today, a 64.9, so that'll round up to a 65 on my final exam in lit. Let's see. How about my final exam in world history? Well, I know I wasn't passing already. Final exam? Oh, actually, an 87? No way. That's crazy. How did I make a 70 on my project? Nick, do you have this thing where you can look at your grades online? Nick still hasn't joined us. Nick.
I don't know where he went. He like died on us.
Nick. Maybe he's that malaria or that Lyme disease thing's coming back.
Something.
I'd feel horrible if it really did and he like was in the hospital for
Yeah,
3
he
months.
just like collapsed on us.
Well,
So,
well. So what's wrong with the truck?
I have no idea.
I need to come up there and look at this thing.
It
Joe needs to. My neighbor does.
it keeps stalling, misfiring. I don't know. It's getting annoying though.
Really?
Yeah, like I can't depend. It's like my truck. Like I'm supposed to be able to depend on my truck, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
And it's not even that old of a truck either.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Yeah. Are you gonna get a new one? You gonna sell it?
oh, I'm keeping it. It's in the shop. It's getting fixed.
Yeah. How many times has it been in the shop lately, though?
In the past week, 3.
Uh,
That's the only time it's been in the shop.
yeah.
So they'll figure it out.
Hopefully. Hopefully, you don't have a bad mechanic either. This
Well,
girl,
Go ahead.
this girl at my school, she took her car to the shop to get worked on or whatever, and the mechanic charged her like $100 extra. She said, "I changed your headlight fluid. It was low. Headlight fluid." That's what he told her.
Did she believe it?
Yeah, she's a girl. She doesn't know anything about a car.
I
Like,
don't say don't. Hey. I ca- You want to know anything about a car? My girlfriend, like, not fixing it wise, but she knows
Yeah.
everything about vehicles.
Yeah.
Her dad went to like those car auctions. Like he bought cars for dealerships.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, up until like she turned 16, she would go to those auctions, like with her dad. So she knows just about everything there is to know about a vehicle. And if she doesn't, she can find out in a heartbeat.
That's a good skill. That's a
Yeah.
good skill.
She can find a scratch on a vehicle without even thinking about it.
I hate scratches.
Like, I don't know. They bother her too, but I don't know.
Yeah, I want to get my truck repainted.
Don't do it. You'll regret it.
I don't know. That thing's got to look good. I am compulsive about my truck. Absolutely compulsive. Like I cleaned it yesterday, took my boots off, set it in the bed of the truck, and drove the truck with socks on so I wouldn't get any dirt in it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm compulsive, dude.
Oh God. So,
Keep that thing good looking. Oh yeah, hold up. Sorry, Nick just texted me. It broke my train of thought. What I was gonna say, what you might have you ever heard of like GM Truck Blog?
no.
Yeah, that's a blog I hang out on. It's like all about Chevy trucks. Like, there's a lot of good truck guys on there. Like, you could tell them what was going on with your problem. They could probably like tell you what was going on.
Oh, if this doesn't work, I'll figure out. I'll jump on there and see what I can find out.
Yeah, there are a lot of knowledgeable guys. I actually asked them about moving my Cadillac converter, removing my Cadillac converter.
Why do you want to move it?
I want to get rid of it.
Oh, you want to cut it off?
Yeah,
So
not
we
me.
have a mission, so I have to have it.
I don't think 2500s have to pass submissions. So Nick says he's still on it. He's telling me I'm offline.
He's not on my thing.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, let's call this a show.
Yep. Sounds good. About an hour perfectly.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys. This has been Eat Sleep Hunt episode 10. Peace.